Well, Matt was evicted from the Big Brother 26 house. He is out of there. I'm back to recap the last day of feeds. Still on the road, so I'm going to be having some struggle videos over the next week or more. But I'm here to recap all I can for Big Brother 26. Matt was evicted after Chemo won the AI competition, saved himself down to Matt and Kenny. And as you saw, Leah, Lisa, and MJ all voted for Matt to stay. They were on the wrong side of the vote. We got to actually see feeds after the vote and before the HOH on Thursday night, which doesn't happen often at all. So that was nice to see. We got to see some of Lisa's reaction, which was to pretend like she wasn't in on the vote. She seemed unhappy that she wasn't in on the vote, even though, like I explained in last night's video, plenty of people were trying to tell her that Matt was going home. And she was either being too stubborn or just genuinely thought that Matt was staying, that she just did not vote the right way. But I'm glad we didn't have a unanimous vote. The twist did help a little bit to get the unanimous vote out of there. I'm still not enjoying the editing of the episodes, but I haven't in years, because I still feel like either the episodes are edited to have something that's way in a direction that isn't actually happening on feeds, which is kind of what we saw where Matt is being portrayed as this big victim and Angela is the only villain. And Angela has been a villain. Let's make that clear. But I think Matt was getting too much of a victim edit for my taste. But the other thing I don't like is with the Big Brother edits, they never are able to put enough of the actual entertaining people in the episodes. Last season with Izzy, who was the most entertaining person on feeds, barely got into the episodes. This season, Tucker played a big part in this past week, not seeing him on the episodes. Lisa is also quite the crazed character, not seeing her on the episodes enough for my taste. So I still think the editing needs a lot of improvement. But back to the feeds. I am glad we did not have a unanimous vote. And now with a new HOH, which is Chelsea, we're going to really get to see if Chelsea is as good at the game as we have seen thus far. I think Chelsea has played a great game so far because she has seemed like one of the most logical people in the house. And right now, she has a logical move as HOH with the 3 people that voted for Matt to stay. I think it's easy to just put Kenny back on the block because he's already acting like he doesn't want to be there. That's an easy person to nom again. He deserves to be nommed again because of that. Why is he even on the show? We've said it for several videos now. I've had comments in the videos. Why did Kenny even apply for the show? He's just taking up a spot if he's not actually going to play the game, especially in a house with a cast that is actively trying to play the game. For once, the whole cast is trying to play except Kenny. So he's kind of a wasted spot. Although I will say, I still see comments like Matt going is so bad for the feeds, and I still just disagree with that. Yeah, Matt was an antagonist, but like I've said over and over, he's not fun to watch on the feeds. He was not the drama. Angela and Lisa have brought drama. Matt was just kind of there. All we saw from Matt was him talk at people, and that got boring in a week. So I am glad Matt's going. I think anybody that's really trying to convince people that Matt going is bad for the feeds isn't really watching that much of the feeds. So back to Chelsea and who she should nom logically. Kenny, the easy nom. MJ, an easy nom because, yeah, although it's going to show Chelsea's cards a little because of the stupid barbershop alliance that she didn't really want to be brought into, but Cedric was really pushing for that. So that's going to show some cards to MJ and maybe even Leah. I don't think she will nom Leah. I think she will nom Lisa. I think Lisa might even be her target. Before the HOH was played, Chelsea was worried that if Lisa won, that she was going to have a bad week. Chelsea was worried that if Lisa won, not that Lisa would put her up necessarily, but that Lisa would be so hard to deal with that Chelsea didn't think she was going to be able to deal with it. So I think those are the three easy nominations. I don't know if if Leah is also a person that Chelsea will consider putting up. Either way, though, Chelsea is going to have to show some cards, but hopefully she can use this week to tighten up her real alliance, which is, of course, Cedric and Cam, but also Brooklyn and Quinn, even though Quinn realizes that he's on the bottom of that 5. But maybe they could also maybe make the collective the main alliance. I'm happy right now that there isn't this big main alliance that's like really solid. So I don't want to see Chelsea solidify a big alliance because I don't like them. But I think it's possible for her to do that this week. I don't know, however, where Angela falls into this week. When we saw the feeds after the episode and before the HOH was played, we got to see that Angela was already getting paranoid, seeing Chemo and I think it was Rupina talking to Lisa after the episode and after the whole Matt eviction. You could see the paranoia going on in Angela's mind once again. Even after the HOH, I saw on feeds for a couple minutes just staring into space. I'm wondering what crazy scenarios she's already going through. She no longer has power, and now she's going to have to deal with that. Will that make her paranoia worse or better? She doesn't have the TV in the HOH room, so maybe she doesn't have that to drive herself crazy. Maybe that makes her better. I do need to see if this week, if Angela talks herself onto the block, because it's possible with the way she plays. I think it's probably too early for Chelsea to make that move. But as we know, MJ has a power. And if MJ plays the veto, if she's on the block this week, which I think is very likely, I'm saying this is all speculation. Like, the feeds just came back on when I'm recording this to see that Chelsea is the HOH. I haven't heard her discuss anything right now. I don't think I'll be able to record another video until Saturday, so I will have to discuss all this on Saturday. This is just my speculation of everything I've seen before Chelsea won HOH. And I think that now that we see that she's won it, MJ is a likely option, but she does have that America's veto. And if she plays it, the question is, of course, will the casuals vote Angela on the block in her place because they think Matt was such a victim in that episode edit? I don't want to lose Angela this week. It's way too early for the feeds. Now, Angela going is bad for the feeds. Matt going, Angela going is bad for the feeds. I think even Lisa going this early is bad for the feeds too, because these people are willing to argue. These people are willing to fight. Matt was not willing to fight. Even in that argument with Angela, he was so concerned about taking the high road that he forgot he was on a TV show and supposed to be entertaining. So whatever about Matt. But Angela going, Lisa going, it's bad for the feeds. I hope Kenny goes. I think that's the obvious choice for good TV, for good feeds. He's bringing literally nothing. But like I said, is Leah an option too? I guess we'll find out how much cards Chelsea wants to show. I talked about in my last video that Leah's playing this good social game, especially with her flirting, but there's a lot left to add to her game. Like her being on the wrong side of the vote, after the episode we saw on the feeds, her have this long conversation with Takor, where I think Takor lost interest in that conversation very early because Leah just talks too much, and Takor is so good at listening. That's why I think she has all this information and is quickly evolving into a good player. Takor is good socially because she gets to know things about everyone, and now I'm starting to see her try and maneuver in this game. I'm very interested to watch her play. Leah, I'm losing interest in watching her play. The flirting, she's great at it. She's great at, having these relationships with the guys, I guess, because they do want to keep her around for now. But she is not showing enough logical maneuvering with especially the way this vote went down. But Leah doesn't know how to solidify anything strong. That's what I'm seeing from her so far. She is not good at solidifying anything. Lastly, one of the other big questions of this week, Chelsea is, of course, the HOH, and she's going to have to show some cards. But I'm worried for Rubina because she is a have-not this week with Leah, MJ, and Lisa. And on feeds, we're already seeing the have-not room and Lisa and Leah wanting to do way too much, talking about how they're going to have a spill the tea segment in the have-not room. Like, Lisa and Leah are not fun for me when they're trying to just act like they are trying to gain clout on the live feeds by talking to the cameras. I never really like that on the live feeds when they think they're so entertaining. And Leah's over talking already gets old, and Lisa's only fun to watch when she's getting on people's nerves. So I just don't know how Rubina is going to do in that room, because those two are a lot. And MJ, she's constantly saying she has a personality. She's really trying to convince us on feeds that she has a personality, but it must be lost in a secret room in that house because I've yet to see it. So I don't know if MJ will drive her as crazy, but I want to see how Rubina really does in that room this week, because I do think Lisa and Leah are going to drive her up the wall, especially Lisa. But so far, Rubina has been good at laying low in the house and being calm. But yeah, Chelsea has a test this week to see how she maneuvers as HOH when she has to show some cards, and Rubina has her work cut out for her in seeing if she can not go off her rocker stuck in a room with Lisa and Leah.